Good morning. Happy Friday. I have NeuroCoffee in hand and it is perfect. A very busy Friday coming up. We're going to dig straight into today's Q&A. This is a question with Robbie. Here's the cool thing. The Coffee and Coaches Conference call is not restricted to anyone. Anybody can join us if they have the interest in a representation of my model or they're just interested in movement, however it may be. Robbie is a golf swing coach, which I love. Some of my favorite people that are applying the model in context, swing coaches and then pitching coaches. Always great to have them join us in the call. So Robbie's question is, how does the model represent the golf swing? And once we break that down a little bit, Robbie's already had some exposure through my guy in Arizona, Mike K, who's doing great things with the model out there. But this will break this down a little bit more effectively for you. If you're interested in golf, if you're a swing coach, or you're just interested in improving your swing, this should be a little bit more helpful for you in regards to how we represent this early position. We actually break this down in the pelvis as well to give you a little bit more guidance. So thank you, Robbie, for being on the call. Thank you for your question. Going to help a lot of people. Everybody have an outstanding Friday. Podcast should be up on Sunday as usual, and I will see you next week.
Good morning, Bill. Would I be able to do a follow-up question with that, please?
Yes, you may.
Hi, I'll have to apologize to the group. I don't have a PT background. I'm a golf coach, and I just found you through Dr. Mike K, and you recommended that.
Never heard of it.
So I think for me, I'm just at this point trying to get really a bit more familiar with the terminology, kind of the paradigm of kind of how you look at movement. So when you say early, middle, late, can we associate that to ER, IR, ER?
That would be another representation of that, but you have to understand the differences between the external rotations, because the external rotation is describing a relative position. Okay. There's a difference in the connective tissue behavior between an early ER and a late ER. That would be, in fact, that would be the significant difference between the two.
I see.
Okay.
Right, awesome.
So let me talk golf. Okay.
Please, that'd be great.
Okay. Right-hand golfer, right side, top of the backswing. Okay. Before you change direction. Okay. Early ER. Okay. There has to be a stop at the top of the golf swing to change direction, correct?
Correct. And when you say a stop, is that concentric orientation, like essentially muscle tension, or where you?
So there's a twist at the top where motion stops, where the relative motion of the body stops, but the body continues to twist.
Yes, got it.
Okay, that is a compression. Okay, that is a middle propulsive representation, because in middle everything gets compressed and movement stops. Okay.
Okay.
And then you change direction, and then the club starts going downhill, right? Downswing.
Yes.
That is a late ER representation. So when you look at the follow through on the right side, great representation of late.
Awesome.
You get it?
Very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. So same thing happens when you take a step forward, right? So swinging a golf club is just walking.
And I heard that on another podcast I think you did, and I've already been able to kind of implement that in some of my sessions. It's been really helpful. So appreciate it.
Yeah. So here's the, can I speak golf coach for a sec?
Please do.
Okay. The one thing that you never want to do with a golfer is make his swing like someone else's. All right. The thing you want to recognize is that there are certain elements of a golf swing that have to be present for all golfers to swing a golf club. How they get, so it's the spaces in between that makes them an individual. And then there's those elements that have to be there. So I need an early representation, I need a middle representation, and I need a late representation. Okay. Their physical structure is going to determine how they do that. So you take a tall, slender golfer and you take a short, stocky golfer, they both have early, middles, and lates, but they're better at certain aspects of that. And so their golf swing cannot look the same.
Totally. Like
your
wide is
figured that out. I'm sure you figured that out, but we're here to help the whole world. Way to go. No, it's just one of those things like whoever's got the hot, the hot clubs in the PGA is everybody tries to swing a golf club like them. And then they end up with herniated discs and stuff like that, trying to swing a golf club like somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool with that?
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Did you have another question, Robbie?
I did.
Okay, my bad.
No worries. You're good. So I think you said in an earlier video when we're talking about the pelvis, and this whole like shape change stuff is super new to me, but like, because before I used to just want to like try to get their pelvis as a unit to like rotate in the backswing, and that didn't work out well. So it's been much more successful sort of encouraging the shape change. But you said that the left side of the pelvis moves more forwards than the right side moves back. Is that correct?
For what? Where are we?
Right-handed golfer backswing. Left side of the pelvis.
Okay. Yeah. So a right-handed golfer backswing. If we're looking at the left side of the pelvis, it's gotta push. If I say sacrum, are we okay with that?
Yes.
You sound like you've got some anatomical understanding, and then if you've been hanging out with Kay, I don't think you could probably ignore that.
Getting there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes, I was hoping you'd bring this one out. Good. All right. Awesome.
So left side versus right side. Okay.
Yes.
So they're both going to be in an ER representation. This one's going to push forward against the sacrum to turn it into the right leg. This one moves back. Okay. So there's two ER representations. So the early representation is the sacrum moving back on the ilium, and the late representation is the ilium moving forward on the sacrum. So they're not the same thing. This one has connective tissue behaviors that are overcoming. So the connective tissue are behaving in an energy releasing or stiffer representation. These are actually creating sort of like a little parachute where it creates a slowdown on this side. And this is where you store the energy. And then so in the downswing, it reverses gears. And then in follow through, it's the opposite.
Got it. Now, does that same shape change happen in the rib cage as well?
Yes.
So
absolutely. Has to.
So backswing, you're getting the left side sort of kind of.
So take your left shoulder blade and push it towards the camera. That's not what I meant. So it's okay. It's all right. No, that would be terrible too. Just push it. Like you got the logo there on your shirt. Make the logo bigger. There you go. That's what I wanted you to do. See it? See it on camera?
Yes.
There you go. That's what I wanted you to do there.
This is backswing.
Yes, sir. Well, don't pull your right shoulder back. Just kind of let it hang there for a second. There you go. Would you just have a light bulb moment?
Kind of. And then
Robbie, can I give you a simple rule?
Yes.
You always move in the direction of expansion. Okay. So for you to make a turn to the right, the left anterior aspect of your axial skeleton has to expand, and the right posterior needs to expand at the same time. Otherwise, you don't turn.
Okay.
It's not a relative motion. It wouldn't be relative motions. Okay. There's a point where there's no relative motion, okay, in the golf swing, which has to happen because you got to load the connective tissue behaviors. But to initiate the turn, you have to create the expansions. Otherwise, like I said, it's pure orientation. So here's how you can tell that somebody's orienting versus creating the relative motion turn. If you see the knee track away from midline and they roll to the outside edge of their heel, that's an orientation. Okay. Do you ever see Bobby Jones's swing back in the olden days? Okay. Lousy backswing. But I don't think there was anybody better at recapturing the foot position on the way back during the downswing. It's like you watch his right foot and you go, that's crazy, because it looks like a follow through in his takeaway, right? And then he captures this awesome middle foot position and swings straight through it. So he just figured out a way to, perfect his imperfections, if you will. Lee Trevino
It's awesome.
Lee Trevino was very similar in that respect, but he never had a golf coach. That's probably why he swung a golf club the way he did. But no, you'll just see this kind of stuff. But if you can teach people to capture these earlier representations, number one, they're going to be more comfortable. They're going to last longer. It's less energy intensive. So you get the guys that drop off, at the 12th hole, and then like the last 6 holes, like they're always over par.
Right.
They literally run out of gas because their efficiency is so poor. You're going to improve their tissue efficiency. They'll last a lot longer, number one, and they'll be more consistent with their swing.